Yo, it's Jumpman T with Twitch Torch TV. I'm back again. Turn me up in your headphones. Loud and clear for the people in the background. The Falcons go for win number 4 straight. Make sure you toot your horn a little bit, guys. It's been a while since we've been on a winning streak like this. So, shouts out to the Falcons. But hey, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, keep your boy in the algorithm. Appreciate all support as always. The Falcons go for 5-2 on the season. Let's see how we do, right? We got Seattle coming into town. They're 3-3. They've actually lost their last 3 games. But Geno Smith, he leads the league in passing yards per game. They have the worst run defense in the NFL right now. DK Metcalf did just spaz out on the OC. Took the headset off the OC like, yeah, throw the ball past the sticks. So I expect a lot of big plays tried versus the Atlanta Falcons secondary. But one thing we must admit, right? As Falcons fans, you know this. As commentators, you know this. The Falcons have the best defense when it comes to stopping big plays. They've gave up the fewest big plays in the NFL going into week 7. So I think this is going to be a great matchup. And we got AJ Terrell on his high horse coming off from an INT after struggling in the beginning of the game versus Johnson. So this is a good matchup. If y'all remember last year, AJ Terrell had guarded DK. I was the year before that when we had Marcus Mariota and we went to Seattle. Great matchup. He stopped DK from scoring a touchdown, batted the ball in the air. So AJ, he has potential to do that. Just got to be more press coverage, guys. And that's the reason why we're giving up those little minor plays when they actually do throw the ball, because we're playing 8 to 10 yards back. But one thing that's good about the Falcons defense, let's state that first before we get into the actual preview. When you get to the red zone, they get very stingy, don't they? Let me know in the comments if I'm tripping or not, but the Falcons get very stingy when you get in that red zone. It's because it's less field to play. Then we can press 10 yards into. We can cover you 10, 15 yards, but the 60, 70 yards, we ain't trying to do that. You feel me? Mike Hughes is coming off a great game, must I admit. Great season, best season I've seen. He's making plays consistently. D. Alfred's making plays consistently. Clark Phillips got his first INT to close the game last week, right? And I thought he should have been starting. So you got 4 corners that can make plays consistently. I just named all 4 of them, D. Alfred, all of them. And when you got the Seahawks coming into town, they got 3 elite weapons. Not elite, but pro type of players. They're pretty good. They're Pro Bowl type players if you give them a chance. DK, Lockett, and then the youngster, number 11. He's fired too. Big deep play type of guy. So they got 3 weapons, right? Let's get into the preview though, guys. I mean, I've talked for long enough. Let's get right to it. Falcons offense versus Seattle's defense. Let's look at the Falcons numbers, huh? Kirk Cousins, 138 completions, 66.7 completion for the percentage, almost 1,600 yards, averaging 7.8 yards a throw, 266 yards per game, 9 touchdowns to 5 INTs, sacked 10 times. That's clutch. That sack total definitely went down. He had that Steelers game. I think he gave up 2 or 3 that game. So that's showing that we're improving as far as the offensive line, which we know they're a top 10 offensive line. Let's call a spade, right? Let's call a spade, guys. Let's call a spade, right? Then when you look at the Seattle defense, let's look at it for a second. Their pass defense is 100.5 rate allowed to receivers, 6 touchdowns. 118 rate allowed versus tight ends. Kyle Pitts, is it a day to have another good day? Kyle Pitts back-to-back weeks was over 70 yards. Big plays consistently with Kyle Pitts, man. And the more opportunities you get, the more plays he's gonna make, guys. So I'm looking at that matchup to be key. Pitts versus the linebackers versus the safeties, right? I also like this matchup, Kyle Pitts versus Julian Love. But let's get to our receiver stats. Drake London, 38 receptions on 54 targets, 428 yards, 11 yards a catch, 4 touchdowns. Darnell Mooney, 45 targets, 27 receptions, 368 yards, averaging almost 14 yards a catch, 3 touchdowns. Longest 41. Drake London, longest catch, 31. Kyle Pitts, 18 receptions on 28 targets, 263 yards, averaging almost 15 yards a catch, one touchdown, longest catch, 52 yards. And even Ray, 24 receptions off 35 targets, 259 yards, averaging 11 yards a catch. So it's a lot of big plays out there. And when you look at their defense, they struggle in the passing game, guys. They really struggle. They struggle. It's clear. The safeties, the linebackers, they struggle. It's nothing you can do about. Deebo Samuel had a ball game on another day. He put up. I think he put up over 102 tubs on a helmet. You feel me? On a helmet. But that's not the worst part, is it? Look at that. 8 touchdowns, 74 completion percentage, 138.5 rate. Brock Purdy had 255 yards for 3 touchdowns. Good God Almighty. What are we supposed to do with this, guys? I can't do nothing with that. I cannot do it. Then look at the pass rush. 0 sacks on 28 pass attempts last week, but was QB pressure was 50. That's crazy work. I don't know how that's even possible. But with our offensive line, the way we're making plays, I'm not really worried. I think it's going to be a key matchup. But look at the running game. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier killed last week. Toting the rock, toting the mail, toting the yamas. 82 carries on the season so far for Bijan, 380 yards, averaging 4.6 yards a carry, 3 touchdowns. Tyler Algier, 51 carries, 283 yards, averaging almost 6 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. The running game is eating, guys. We have over 682 yards on the season so far with 4 touchdowns, averaging 113 per game. I just told you, Seattle's defense is very struggles against the run a lot. But let's look at some of their playmakers, huh? Let's look at some. They got somebody. They got some people over there, don't they? They got some people, right? Let's see who they got. They got to have somebody over there, right? They got to have somebody over there because we cooking over here. We got some weapons over here. They gotta be able to slow something down, and I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see them. I don't see them slowing Bijan down. But they do have some killers over there. Let me not stake now. Robinson, Witherspoon, Devin Room, the cornerback. He's long and athletic. He had a lot of INTs out of college, but he's a feisty corner. I like that matchup versus Drake London. For him to lose, of course. Brian Murphy, the D tackle from Texas, he's cold. I know they still got what my boy Jaron Reed, he's cold. What he got? How many he got? 2 sacks on the season. Reed, the D tackle, yeah, he cold. 2 tackles for loss. Yeah, he like that. He like that. Tyrell Dotson, the linebacker, he has 2 sacks on the season, 27 tackles, 1 pass defense, 7 tackles for loss. He leads the team in tackles for loss as well, the linebacker, but I don't think he's that good in coverage. He has 1 forced fumble on the season as well. I'm anxious to see that Julian Love matchup versus Pitts. 35 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 3 pass defense, 1 INT. So he plays pretty good. But I don't think he's seeing a unicorn like Kyle Pitts. And I keep telling you guys this, man. If they use Kyle Pitts the correct way, to where he doesn't have to start and stop, just straight speed, corners, flies, post routes, he's gonna kill. He's gonna kill. He has that type of speed. You just have to use it in that type of way, right, guys? You got to use it in that type of way. He'll make plays for you consistently too. Consistently. I want to look at the Seattle's team for a second, though. I want to go to a matchup that I think is consistently going to be interesting. AJ Terrell, he struggled on and off this season, but he made a play when it was time to make a play. Let's look at DK Metcalf's stats. See what he has. 31 receptions on 54 targets, 469 yards, averaging over 15 yards a catch, 2 touchdowns, almost 80 yards a game. 2 fumbles lost though. Tyler Lockett, 26 receptions, 339 yards, averaging 13 yards a catch, 1 touchdown, 56.5 yards a game. Jackson, Jackson, man, he cold. I think this is year 2 or 3. He has 34 catches on the season, 310 yards, 9 yards a catch, 1 touchdown, almost 52 yards a game. Bro, they eating. All three of them boys eating, and they still got a tight end, Noah Fant. Noah Fant is still cold to this day, but this match is going to be key for me. I think AJ Taylor has to shut him down. First, we got to stop the run, but when we get in these third down situations, he's not look. They looking to go downfield, AJ. So you got to make plays, man. We can't be waiting around for you, bro. Like when you get these one-on-one matchups, you got to show up and show out respectfully. You got to show up and show out. But definitely, we got to stop that run. They do have a good running game. Kenneth Walker, he struggled last week, but 51 carries on the season, 234 yards, averaging almost 4.7 yards a carry. 5 touchdowns on the season, though. Zach, 49 carries, 187 yards, averaging almost 4 yards a carry. 3 touchdowns on the season. They got 9 touchdowns on the season in the rushing game. We got to slow that down, guys. We struggled in the rushing game. The Falcons defense rushing game, we struggled the past couple weeks. The Saints put a helmet on us. The Bucs had a couple deep runs on us, but the Panthers, Chubb killed us. He cooked over 96 yards, guys. We cannot let that happen. We have to. That's a key to victory. Stop the run. Make Geno beat you. He has 6 touchdowns and 6 INTs on the year. Leads the league in yards per game, but that also means that they're losing these games, and he got to keep going. That's what that tells them. That means they're running. They're getting away from the run towards the end of those games. That's what I get from that. Because when they got 8 touchdowns on the run game, like you got to run the ball a lot more. So I expect them to try to do that, especially since it's going to be a away game. They're trying to come to our stadium, so they're going to run that ball. So we got to make sure Grady Jarrett, Matthew Judon, Lorenzo Carter is going through concussion. We don't know if he's going to play. AK, stop the run. If you go to the mic up, this we got something to run, guys. We got something to run. Even if the safeties come down to some of these plays, you have to be able to stop the run, guys. We got to stop the run to force Geno to beat us. If Geno have to beat us, Jesse Bates will take over this game. Jesse Bates will take over this game, and Geno has to beat us, guys. Quite frankly, I'm just being honest. This is how we got to call it, right? Falcons wideouts versus Seahawks secondary. I think Darnell Mooney's going to have another big time game, guys. I think it's on the way. I think he's ready. We actually had him beat for a big game versus the Panthers with a great play call by Zach Robertson where he had a motion to the backfield and you basically had the safety guarding him, but Pierce was running a rubber route. He was wide open, but Kirk Cousins saw it too late. So Mooney had to catch it on the run, and he wasn't able to score off of that. But he still caught it. But my point is, we're gonna go downfield a lot more. Mooney is crisp with these comeback routes. I can see because these both their corners are lanky, 6 feet type corners. Come back up, cook them. Comebacks, cook them. In routes, cook them. They're not gonna be able to cover Darnell Mooney. Ray McCloud gonna get some PT2, as I told you how his stats is. It's gonna be a matchup, especially if we're running the football. I can see us essentially because they might go out and put 7 or 8 guys in the box to start the game since we had over 200 yards versus the Panthers, to where it might be we start off with play action and Mooney Cook first drive in the game, 30, 40 yards. I can see that happening, guys. This is going to be a big time game for Mooney. I think he's going to be an X factor, him and Bijan, with them coming out the backfield. Those are going to be my 2 X factors as far as on offense. On defense, I think it's going to be Jesse Bates. The reason why I say Jesse Bates is because Jesse Bates is hungry, bro. He wants another INT. He had one versus the Panthers, but Matthew Judon stepped off sides on 3rd down. He was ready. Good play. He's been searching for those picks. That he's ready for another INT, guys. So if we able to stop the run, Matthew Judon is able. One thing, my fault. I gotta talk about this. Hold up. My fault, guys. I forgot to talk about these boys. Hold up. Judon, it's a call out. Judon Grady, I need to holler. Sit at the table. Come to the table for a second, guys. I need y'all. Can you come to the principal's office or the AD's office for a quick second? We need to have a general reminder. Please bring your notebooks and your pad and your pen. Please. We need some pressures. I don't know what you need to do, Jimmy Lake, but we need to go and look at the film. Seattle's right tackle and right guard have been looking atrocious. They need to be cooked. They need to be cooked. I need to see them boys unleashed. And if you got to line Judon and Ellis up on the same side on third down and have them rush that right guard and right tackle, you do it. We need sacks. And those two guys are they're horrible. Like just look at the stats. Like they have been bad. So this is a key matchup for me, guys. I'm anxious to see how this is gonna go. As I told y'all, they've struggled though. Gino he's throwing for a lot of yards, but he's getting hit a lot. Like he gets tackled all the time. So like cook him, cook them. You hear me? You gotta cook them, guys. Gotta cook them. Especially to go for our fourth straight win. They start talking about us. They peeping a tight end. Charlie going in motion, how he's opening up lanes for Bijan Tyler Algier. So we gotta cook them, bro. Hey, respectfully, this needs to be a big time game, guys. Again, I think we're gonna win this game 28-17. Leave your score predictions in the comments. Appreciate the support as always, guys. It's honestly a blessing to do what we do. So let's talk to you guys about content. I'm looking at Darnell Mooney, Bijan to be the X factors on offense for the Falcons, and I'm looking for Jesse Bates to be the X factor on defense. I think after Judon and Grady get after him a little bit and slow that run down, we gotta stop the run. I keep saying this. I gotta keep reiterating. We gotta stop the run. DK. One-on-ones, third downs, press coverage, bracket. Jesse Simmons, I know he's dealing with a hamstring. I feel like he's going to be good to go. Make sure we're doing help safety defense on DK and some in that middle with D. Alford and Clark Phillips. I like the matchup versus Lockett and Clark Phillips, though. I actually like that matchup. I'm more so anxious to see how they're going to use my cues when they go with Jackson, the speedster. He's like 6'2". That might be their potential good matchup they can eat off of. I can see that matchup going. But appreciate the support as always, guys. Leave your score predictions in the chat. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment for your boy. I got the Falcons winning 28-17. 28-17. Let's go. 4 in a row. Jumpman T. Peace.